Trinity Christian School where our students will actively participate in service projects locally and globally. They will be spreading the word, sharing the truth, and demonstrating the love of Christ through what they've learned at home, in their churches, and here at school. Throughout this year, our students has been immersed in learning the gospel during their Bible classes and their chapel services, preparing their hearts and minds to serve and witness to others. As it is written, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. That is exactly the reason we do Go Week. Our students are eager to serve others. They see it as a way to let their light shine to help others that are less fortunate. As a bonus, through that service, they have an opportunity to tell others about Jesus. After all, everything we do here at Trinity is about Him. Since returning from last year's Go Week, our students have eagerly anticipated this opportunity to serve again. Some of you may be wondering why we're meeting in August to plan a trip in January. Well, there are a lot of details that have to be worked out. Local travel arrangements have to be made, and flights have to be booked. If they're booked early enough, it will save a lot of money and make this trip more affordable for our students and parents. I want to thank several people that are here tonight that have made this planning session easier for all of us. First of all, Michael Monk from Joshua's Expeditions is here. Jeff King from Operation Mobilization, and Sarah Kaczynski. Coach K has done tons of work getting ready. A lot of fans getting ready for this night. Thank all of you parents that are here and the ones watching on our YouTube channel for your commitment and support for this incredible missional opportunity. Let's commit this Go Week to the Lord and trust that He will work through our students to make a lasting impact on His kingdom. And at this time, I'm going to ask Jeff if you'll come forward and talk a little bit about the trip that Operation Mobilization is going to sponsor for us.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bass. Okay, hey everyone, I am a Trinity parent of 3 kids in elementary, middle, and high school, and we've been journeying with Go Week for a while. I wanted to talk to you about 2 trips that we're offering this year, which we think will be great for Trinity students through Teen Street. It's a ministry of OM. We've got a trip to London and a trip to Dubai. So 2 of my favorite cities on earth. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. But first, I wanted to just roll this video about Teen Street to kind of give you a flavor of our global ministry. It's a 2-minute video and shares what Teen Street is all about. It's a ministry to teens all over the world. We have Teen Street in about 41 different countries.
Nous sommes une communauté de disciples de Jésus.
Gedreven om Gods liefde te delen.
With those who don't know it.
Christ's generous and limitless love is our example.
We are shaped by His presence.
Overwhelmed by His sacrifice.
Y transformados por su poder cada día.
We zullen nooit meer dezelfde zijn.
Our potential to share the deep, life-changing love of our Creator is unlocked.
At ang kanyang pagmamahal ang nagpapaalab sa aming pagbabahagi.
Alors on y va.
So we move.
Er is geen plek te ver.
Aucun peuple trop différent.
No idea too crazy.
No dream too big.
Et nos échecs ne nous découragent pas.
Y nos seguimos moviendo.
We believe that the love of Jesus
Has the power to change everyone and everything. Terwijl wij onze familie, vrienden en de wereld zullen dienen,
Nous sommes aussi transformés.
We are a generation who don't fit a mold.
Who don't sit still.
Qui veut vivre l'aventure de suivre Jésus.
We each have something to give.
And we don't have to wait till we're older.
Creemos que todos fueron creados para los propósitos de Dios.
Tous les êtres humains.
Todo mundo.
everyone.
Our talents, gifts and passions are His tools in us.
Waar Hij ons ook voor geroepen heeft, dat gaan we doen.
If He wired us to sing, then we sing.
Si Él nos hizo para tocar un instrumento, entonces tocamos.
We want our lives and our words to shine His light.
We are Teen Street.
Nous sommes Teen Street.
Kami ay Teen Street.
Somos Teen Street.
Come and join us.
So you can kind of get a flavor for the global nature of OM and Teen Street. So as you can see, it's a lot of fun. They want to have fun, be bold, and share the love of Jesus globally. So the two trips that we're offering this year, some of you may remember us a couple years ago. We had an event here and in Clarkson and in Ecuador. So the two trips we're offering this year, first is to Dubai. You can see Dubai in the background. We have taken groups from several different universities on this trip, InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, and we'd like to offer this. We think it'd be great for high school students to come explore what it looks like to work globally in your career. So if you have students who are interested in being a teacher or being in healthcare or being in engineering or being in business, there's not a better way to accelerate your career than to spend some time working internationally. Dubai is one of the best cities on earth to do that. So on our Dubai trip, we're going to have career visits. So we're going to explore businesses, health care facilities, and schools that are run by Christians. They're run by Americans. One of the schools, you can hit the next slide. This is the guest house we'll be staying at. It's a guest house run by OM. Very nice guest house, very nice part of Dubai. That's the outside of the building there. Next slide. We'll be visiting healthcare facilities. This is a facility here that's run by Christians that receives incredible favor from the government because of what Christians are doing in that nation. So excited for students to get to tour a hospital run by Christians, to meet some Christian doctors and nurses, and see what it's like to work in medicine in other parts of the world. Okay, next slide. We're also going to visit a school and see what it looks like to teach globally. So we'll be visiting an international school and meet Christians serving in education globally. Also a really fun event. This particular school here, actually, we have taken students to before. It's one of the options this year. They're actually headquartered in Noonan. They run a chain of Christian schools around the world. So super excited to introduce Trinity students to that. We'll be engaging as well in a half-day seminar on cultural intelligence, helping students become more equipped to work globally. So understanding themselves, understanding other cultures. Really excited about that. Okay, next slide. I'll have some tourist activities as well. We'll be visiting a church that is filled with expats. We will have a youth program evening, and we'll meet missionaries who are living and working in the country, both raising support to do their work and also working through their field, working in careers. And then, lots of recreational activities. We'll be visiting a fort. We'll be visiting the Dubai Museum of the Future. We'll be visiting the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, and also spend some time at the beach, some great beaches in Dubai. All right, so that is the Dubai option. Dubai is one of the safest cities in the world. It's an ally of the U.S., an ally of Israel. Of course, we'll be monitoring, always monitoring situations, doing risk assessments with our people on the ground. Let's make sure it's safe for Trinity students, and we have health protocols for that as well. I think at this point we can shift over to London. This is the other option. Again, one of my favorite cities on earth. So with the London option, students will get to work with our teen movement that's in London. They'll have morning devotions every day. They'll have youth workshops and seminars that they'll be a part of on faith in action, leadership, cultural sensitivity, and evangelism. They'll have sports and other activities, some intercultural exchange events. You can hit the next slide. And then they'll have some cultural nights featuring music, dance, and food from other cultures. Where we'll be working in this part of London is a home to a lot of migrants, so they'll get to serve. And some of the refugees from all over the world, they'll be distributing Bibles and Christian literature and participating in local church services and community events. So next slide. This is, handing out Bibles. This will be a part of what they do, working with the church, working with the local ministry. Next slide. And then this is actually it's called the Trinity Center. So this is our center in London. It was named the Trinity Center a long, long time ago, but it's kind of fun that it's called Trinity. So this is, again, it's in a part of London. So this is where the students will be staying and then operating out of there, moving around London. Then next slide, they'll have a chance to see the sites. So they'll visit some of the historical sites of London that we all know about. So that's the London option. A lot of opportunities for students there. And we'll be sending out links to both of these options for you to learn more, read more, and see what the daily activities for your students will be. So thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Now we're going to ask Mike Monk to come up. He is with Joshua Expeditions, and they have kind of spearheaded our Go Week trip for the last several years. So, Michael?
I'll keep this under an hour, I promise. All right, so my name is Mike Monk with Joshua Expeditions. We've been just grateful to be able to partner with Trinity for the past number of years for your Go Week, and excited for the trips we have coming up. We got a quick little slideshow. Pop that in there. I'll tell you a little bit about who we are. So our goal as a company is we only work with Christian schools. The heartbeat of our company is to inspire purpose, develop leaders, and share Christ. And we do that through the vehicle of educational travel and global missions. And so your Go Week aligns perfectly well with exactly what we hope to do, which is we want to inspire your students to follow their passions, to make an impact for the kingdom. We want to help them develop as leaders, to grow in character, grow in their faith, grow in identity, and ultimately we want them to share Christ. And so our programs are all structured with them with an opportunity to do that. Let's jump to the next one. There we go. It's right here. So these are the 6 trips that we're doing this year. We got missions in Orlando, and you don't need to click on those. Hopefully those links work, but you don't need to click on those ones. Missions in Phoenix, Costa Rica home build, missions in Quito, Ecuador, missions in Puerto Rico, and missions in Dallas. And so all of those programs, with the exception of Costa Rica, we partner with local ministries, and we have 2 non-negotiables when we build a ministry partnership. Is number 1, we want to make sure that we are being more help than harm. And we do that by integrating within the community, making sure that we know not what we think their needs are, but what they tell us their needs are. And so we want to, and that's number 1. Number 2, we want to make sure that it's sustainable when we're not there. A lot of ministries will come in, and if you bring a group, the only work that's being done is when your group is there. And our hope is that ministry is going to continue to go on when we're there, when we're not there, and we want to undergird the work that's already being done there. And so you'll find this in Puerto Rico, in Orlando, Quito, Phoenix, and Dallas, is that all of those ministries are very integrated within the communities of need that are there. And so you'll find our groups doing work with students, with Vacation Bible School. We'll do ministry facilities work where it's needed. And I know your groups have done some of that in the past. And then we'll really focus on local integration. We want to make sure that we integrate and connect with the local community and serve them well. Costa Rica and missions to Costa Rica is a little bit unique. We're going to build a home there. And so really neat in the next 2, we're building 2 homes. Fantastic. We built 40 homes in Costa Rica this past school year. And in the next month, we will build our 200th home in the communities in Costa Rica. It is just an amazing opportunity to share the love of Christ with these families. And it's not, and I've had this conversation before, people are like, oh, we're going to build a home and then we're going to leave. Actually, no. Because we have built a nutrition center in Costa Rica, we've built a church, and we have a local pastor that is integrated into the community. So once you build your homes, we'll present them with a Bible, we'll pray over the family, pray over the home, and then the pastor, who's a local Costa Rican pastor, will continue to follow up with them even after our group leaves. And so he gets to continue. So it's really planting those seeds, and he'll continue to water them even after we're gone. And so part of the group will be building the homes, the other part will be just there locally in the community, loving on the kids that are around, playing soccer, playing games, and just bringing a joy to the community that's there. All right, a couple things that are included in the trips, let's go, there we go. All right, all of our trips include round-trip airfare, meals, transportation, lodging, full-time tour director. Our tour guides will meet you when you land at the airport, or if you are driving somewhere, which I don't think you're driving for any of these, they'll be with you for the entire tour, and they'll drop you back off the airport at the end. So our guides will lead devotions, they'll do biblical integration throughout the course of the trip. And they're just going to make sure that your group makes the greatest impact that they can in the lives of the kids and the communities that they're engaging in. And there's a couple different things that aren't included in our tours. You'll see it up there. Trip insurance, tips for the tour guides, bus drivers, and then snacks and spending money. So we try really hard to include absolutely everything in our tours, so that's not something students have to worry about when they're there. Go to that next slide for me. And just a little bit about our payment schedule. So we're able to set up individual online accounts for all of our families. You'll get a username, password, be able to log in, make payments, put a credit card on to do the recurring payments. Normally we set it up into 3 separate payments, so they'll be able to be broken down throughout the course of the payment schedule. And then the first one will be in September. I think the school is going to be rolling the payments on the 14th. And so our accounts will go live at that point. You'll have them to click on, and you'll be able to see the itinerary, make payments, and prepare for your tour. So there's one more slide there. I think it's just contact information. So jump one more for me. And there you go. I'm not Jody Harrison. She is at another meeting tonight. She would have been a lot more fun. Her list would have worked. So, so grateful for our partnership. Thank you for giving me a chance to talk. If you've got questions about your tours, I know you guys already have the itineraries, but honestly, they're all amazing trips. You guys selected. So excited to see you jump in and serve the communities in those locations.
Michael, thank you very much. We also have this year 2 staff members that are planning their own trips. And the first is Tim Hurt. Tim, if you'll come forward. Try to show you.
Thank you so much. I should have a couple slides there for me. We are off to New Orleans. I'm very excited about that. Yes. We are going to be partnering with a group called All Nations Fellowship and Pastor Freeman there. They are Assemblies of God U.S. missionaries, and so they have a mission there that does a lot of different things, actually. They have a church, they have a school, and they also do a lot of community outreach. And so if you can go to the next slide, there's just a few different bullet points through the trip. Myself and my wife and Miss Sharissa Mannering is going to be joining us as well. So at least the 3 of us as far as the leaders go. And I'm thinking about 30 is the capacity for it. One of the reasons I say that is we're going to try to keep the cost on this one very, very low. The next slide, you'll see it's going to be about $800 to go on the trip. So the goal is to have an inexpensive option for some students, and could possibly take even more than 30, just depending. But if you go back one slide, I'm getting a little ahead of myself there. Like I said, the Ministries to All Nations Fellowship, there's a bunch of different things we're going to do with outreach. We want to do some service projects to help the fellowship itself and the surrounding area. They also have a homeless outreach and a presence there, and their trained staff take us through that whole process to keep us safe in the process. There is street evangelism and just a number of different ways to share the love of Christ through service, through tangible, through conversations, through relationships. And the fellowship is right in the heart of New Orleans, so we can point them right back to there, and they can continue to minister to the people that we interact with. The room and board is at All Nations Fellowship, and most of the meals will be covered there. And so it's what keeps it affordable and a nice option. Just to be clear, it is kind of a dorm cot style trip, so we're not going to be in luxury. We're going to be staying in, you'll have a bed, but it's definitely a mission. It's definitely a place for us to kind of get in the grassroots with the people, and I'm really looking forward to that experience, and just a way for students to have their lives changed. You give them something different, and you open their eyes to opportunities where they can really share the love of Christ with people right here in our nation. Okay, you can't go to the next slide now. We are driving 15 passenger vans, so this is a driving trip, and then we'll also see a couple museums, and I'm looking for a jazz cruise, and then some walking and food tours and things like that. So we want to experience the city as well in New Orleans. My focus and forte in school and preparation was jazz, so it's kind of near and dear to my heart to be able to see that and that culture as well. And then our high school students are actually studying modern music this year, so they'll be studying a little jazz. So a couple little nuances there. The dates are the 4th to the 11th, and the cost is right around $800 for that trip. And we're looking forward to go to New Orleans.
Thank you, Tim. Now, Christy Faircloth is coming forward. Christy has lived in Hawaii, and she has a trip planned for there.
Hi guys. I planned this trip because I lived in Maui for 4 years, and the Lahaina fires last year just completely broke my heart. I have friends that currently have no work because the place of business where they work burned down, and this has been a huge blessing for me to plan this trip for y'all. Do they work? No? Okay. I'll just walk you through it. Right now, we have myself, Robbie Ross, and we're going to have a third chaperone. If you know Robbie Ross is the student development leader here at Trinity High School, and he's also the high school track coach. The flights, I just confirmed the flights today. They are going to be under $1,000 per student, which is great news. It's a long flight. It's a 9-hour flight with a layover, so it's going to take us half a day to get there. We're staying at the Maui Sunset, which is a hotel / vacation rental. So the places that the students would be staying are going to be people's homes. So we need responsible students to not break anything or steal anything and maintain those homes like their own. The sunset is right on the beach, so we will be on the beach every single day, experiencing sunset in real time. It's going to be amazing. Transportation is 3 15-passenger vans. That's 45 total people. I'm hoping for 42 students. Each chaperone will be in charge of a 15-passenger van. The community service opportunities, I'm working closely with right now 10 different organizations to figure out what we are going to serve to do. 2 of the organizations that are looking strong are Habitat for Humanity and Maui Nui Strong. Both those organizations build homes. There might be some legal things with working in the U.S. You might have to be 18 years old to build a home in the U.S. So we're figuring out how we can work with Habitat for Humanity in a good partnership. Maui Nui Strong is kind of a organization that's just doing builds to get people off the street. So we might work with them. The other one I'm really excited about is Save the Wetlands Hui. That organization is doing native plant restoration. After the fire, a lot of plants were destroyed, and now they're having landslides. So getting some native plants back where they need to be will help the community also. 4 full days of service. So we would leave on January the 5th, which is a Sunday. We will come back Sunday the 12th. 2 full days of travel, 1 day of cultural immersion, which is going to be like our fun day. I want to start the fun day heading up to the top of Hoyakala volcano for sunrise, headed down the mountain to a black sand beach, and there's some local Hawaiian spiritual grounds in that area. So in the same day, they'll hit a national park and state park. Just being there and experiencing the Hawaiian history and the Hawaiian people. A lot of them are spiritual people, but they're not Christians. So it would be an amazing opportunity to talk to them about Jesus Christ. It is also going to be whale season. So in in December, the whales start to come around. They leave around April. And I have planned an eco-watch whale tour. It's an educational whale tour. And the cost of the trip right now is looking between $1,900 and $2,000. So it'd be a 7-day trip with 4 days full of service, 2 days of travel, 1 day of fun. And I really think we can impact that local community, and my heart would be so full if we could help some of my friends and family. One other amazing aspect is an old friend of mine, Tyson Yaki, currently serves in the House of Representatives. He said he would be happy to meet all the students. So the possibility of meeting a congressman for our students would be just kind of a fun little aspect. All right, that's it. Thank you for listening. Simon.
Thank you, Ms. Claire Clark. All right, at this time, Coach K, if you'll come forward to wind us up.
Call me Coach K. It is Kaczynski, it's not Kaczynski. It's okay. It's fine, it's hard for us all. It's okay. Anyways, we're gonna fly through this. It's hard for me too, it's okay. Sorry, Coach K works. All right, we're gonna fly through this, Grayson. We're gonna fly through this. We have 10 trips this year. New Orleans you've already heard from. You've also heard from Dubai and London and Maui. The JE trips are to Dallas, Texas, Orlando, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, and Ecuador. Next one. Our leaders, you've already met some of them, Mr. and Mrs. Tim and Charlotte Hurt. Student capacity is only 27, so you need to sign up quickly. Next one, Dallas, Texas. Our leaders are Miss Robin Whittington, and she is assisted by Dr. Patrick Sullivan, with only 20 at capacity for that one. Next one. Orlando, Florida is led by Dr. Nicholas Yakeley, and he is assisted by Mrs. Michelle Hutchison with 20 people at capacity. Flying through it. Phoenix, Arizona, led by Miss Shannon Bragg, and she is assisted by Mr. Dwayne Theobald with 20 also at capacity. Maui, Hawaii, led by Miss Christy Faircloth and Mr. Robbie Ross. 37 capacity, we don't know. 42? Okay, 42, never mind. Ignore 37, 42. Costa Rica is led by Mr. Brian Foreman, and he is assisted by Mr. Chris Pascal and Mrs. Cassie Richardson with a capacity of 30 students. Puerto Rico is led by Mr. Mike Townsend, and he is assisted by Miss Kayla Freund with a capacity of 20 students. Ecuador is led by Mr. Reed Shackelford, and he is assisted by Mr. Sam Howard with another 20 students. London, Mr. Dan Robertson is leading us. He will be assisted by myself and Mr. Nick Dickens. We can take 27 students. Dubai is going to be led by Mr. Jeff King, who you saw this evening, and Mr. Ryan Tipton, our senior Bible teacher, and they can take 10 students. I believe that's it. So now the important part is how you get this information, how you sign up. On Tuesday of next week, you will get an email through an official note if you are a senior, and you will be able to sign up for these trips. We got complaints over the last few years of having seniors not able to get on this trip that they wanted and freshmen on it instead, so we wanted to give seniors the opportunity first to be able to sign up for these trips. So seniors will get it Tuesday, Wednesday, juniors, so on and so forth. It will be open. You can go ahead and move it forward, Grayson. It'll be open midnight to midnight. So I'm waking up at midnight to send this to you at midnight for the following day for the next team. You're welcome. All right, just so you know, it's a Google form. There is no payment. You will not owe anything. It's just reserving your spot so you can register the following week and pay your deposit. We will not do anything more than reserve your spot. If we go over the capacity on the Google Forms, let's say there's a capacity of 20, that 21st person will be the first one we call up if somebody drops. So we will know who is the next person in line. Only sign up for one trip, don't sign up for two. At the bottom of the Google form, you get to choose your next top selection of your trip. In case you get waitlisted and you can't get on that trip, you get bumped up to the next one that you want. Everybody good with that? Moving forward. The next week, you'll receive a black bottom notification, and that is where you'll receive the official link to register and pay your deposit for the trip and secure your spot officially. That is when money will be due in 2 full weeks, that week of September 9th. You'll have 24 hours to pay that deposit and finish the registration, and if you do not finish it within 24 hours, your spot will be forfeited, and the next person in line will get it. There's no take backs, there's no, oh no, I missed it. You have 24 hours. That is all it takes. And I think that's it. That's the end. Yeah.
Now, if you missed any of this, you'll be able to, our YouTube page, you'll be able to go to that and see it all. Michael, we're hoping we'll be able to get your PowerPoint and your videos on that YouTube page. All right. Thank all of you for coming tonight. We appreciate it. Staff is here if you want to talk to them for a few minutes. We appreciate your support. This is a fabulous opportunity for our students to go and serve, and we're looking forward to this. We are preparing for it as we go throughout the rest of this calendar year. Thank you once again for coming. We'll see you later.